and my friend Catherine from Classroom Creations is going to be joining us. And you definitely don't want to miss out on this live because we are giving away a year subscription to someone who tunes in, and there will be a 30% off discount code that you'll be able to get at the end. I'm letting Catherine into the video. Okay, while she is hopping on, I'm just going to give an introduction. Oh, there she is. Hi, how are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
Okay, thanks. I am so excited about this. I've been really looking forward to it, and it's so fun when you get to chat with your internet friends. So I'm so glad you could be here. Is there anything you want to talk about before we jump in?
I don't think so. Can you think of anything?
No, sounds good. I said it, but I think people were jumping on that we're going to be giving away a year subscription, right, to someone who's tuning in. And also, sorry, let me turn that off really quick. And also a 30% off discount code for Novel Effect, which is amazing. Hi, I'm just going to introduce you while people are jumping on. And so Catherine is a former elementary teacher that switched roles into the EdTech world. So now she works for Novel Effect as a content and curriculum specialist, and her activities are so much fun. I've used them with my students, and I absolutely adore Novel Effect. I read it with my nephews all the time. My class loves it. And do you want to just kind of explain to someone who might not know who it is, might not know what Novel Effect is, just what it looks like, maybe why teachers love it, and anything else you want to add?
Yeah, awesome. So hi, everyone. If you don't know me, my name is Catherine at Classroom Creations. And like Amy said, today I'm going to be talking about Novel Effect. I feel like a lot of you probably use Novel Effect, but for those that don't, I'll show you a little bit of how you can get into it in just a second. But as Amy mentioned, we are giving away one full year subscription to Novel Effect. So after you hop off this live, if you'll post your favorite back to school read on your story and use the hashtag Novel Effect, we will be looking through those and we'll pick one lucky educator to win a full year, which is super fun. And we do have a 30% off code just for people that are attending this live. The code is READ30, so READ 30. So yeah, let's get started. So Novel Effect, well, I'm going to back up a little bit. So as Amy mentioned, I am a former teacher. I taught first grade, second grade. I did our early intervention program for first through third grade. But into my 7th year of teaching, I got an opportunity to work for Novel Effect, and it was a really hard decision. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I knew that I loved teaching, but I knew that I also really wanted to step into the ed tech world. I love everything like digital and creating, and so it just seemed like the perfect opportunity. So glad I did it. I jumped on with Novel Effect and now work there full time creating activities, which I'll show you in a bit. But yeah, let me show you Novel Effect if you have not heard of us before.
So I'm just going to jump in really quick. Catherine shares so many super fun technology tips and things that I save every single one after you post them because I'm like, everyone needs to know about this. I need to remember this. So make sure you go follow her if you are not already.
You're sweet. Thank you. So Novel Effect is an app right now. It works on iPhones, Androids. It also works on Chromebooks. And a big announcement is that we are launching a web-based version for back to school. Which, yeah, people are really excited about. It'll make it a lot easier to use in the classroom. So that'll be coming out. I'll just say stay tuned on our email to know exactly when it's coming out. But we plan for back to school. So we're excited about that. So I have the app open on my iPad right now. In the classroom, I always just used it on my phone. It was easier for me that way, but I'm using my phone for this. So we got the iPad. And you can see that there are some book covers on here that you probably recognize. So we have about 1,000 books that work with Novel Effect in the app right now. We add like 3 to 5 new ones a week, so our collection's always growing. And if there's a book you don't see that you want to read, there's also a request feature. So if you are browsing and it says, oops, we don't have that title, you can click this button, make a suggestion, and that'll go into our log, which is really neat.
And I love how easy that is. It takes like 2 seconds. Like if I'm lesson planning, I'm like, oh, I really want to read that book. Or like I said, we read it with my nephews and they're like, oh, we have this book. I'm like, I'll just put it in there really quick. And then most of the time I see it in there later, which is so fun.
Yeah, we love getting requests because we want to know what teachers want to read.
Yeah.
We do have former educators on the team like me and some librarians, but we really want to know what our audience is looking to read. So love getting suggestions. I'm going to do a quick demo, actually.
Yeah,
all right, so I'm going to read my favorite back to school book. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm going to read a couple pages. We Don't Eat Our Classmates. Have you heard this one before, Amy?
I have. It's super fun. I love this one.
This is a really cute one for back to school to chat about behavior management, and it's really silly and kind of a good icebreaker in the classroom just because it's so silly and kids will get a laugh and feel a little bit more comfortable. Okay. So in the app, I'm just searching We Don't Eat Our Classmates, and notice it pops right up. And the only thing I have to do is I'm going to connect to a speaker just so it can be a little bit louder. And I did this in the classroom too, just as the easiest way to get everyone to hear it really well.
Yeah,
so.
I had a microphone and I would put my microphone like in between me and the speaker. And then we read Rosie Revere Engineer, and you guys will hear when he reads the demo, like how much fun it is. But in that one, she's like tinkering away at stuff, and it sounded like she was in the ceiling, and it was so much fun. The kids were like, whoa, it was awesome.
Yeah, it's so fun seeing the kids' reactions, but also something I loved in the classroom was reading a book with them for the first time that I hadn't heard with Novel Effect, because it's like a shared experience.
Yeah.
Like I would be giggling just as much as they would. So it's fun.
So cute. I love them.
So we've got the book pulled up. I'm just going to click this little button that says print, and that just means I'm using a print copy of the book. Did you hear the chime, Amy?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. That's how we know we are ready to read. So I'm going to put my iPad down and I can just start reading. We Don't Eat Our Classmates. Let me know if I should turn it up or down.
Okay. I think it's so far so good, but I'll let you know.
Okay. Penelope Rex was very nervous. It's not every day a little T-Rex starts school. What are my classmates going to be like? Will they be nice? How many teeth will they have? This was very important.
Will they have tails?
And I love that. The little dialogue that pops up too, that cracks me up every time.
So cute.
Penelope's mom bought her a new backpack with ponies on it.
Thanks, Mom.
Because ponies were Penelope's favorites. Penelope's dad packed her lunch of 300 tuna sandwiches and 1 apple juice. And something else I noticed about reading with the app is that it actually is really great for reading comprehension.
Yes. Yeah, I was definitely wanting to talk about that.
Yeah, it points out so many things in the book that you may not normally realize, even as a teacher. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like I'm always learning new things about the book when I read with this app.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like the audio helps so much that you're like, if something is crunching, you hear it and you're like, oh. So then for kiddos who are just learning how to read, it helps them make that connection so much easier. Or like if I were to ask my students about it at the end after we read the book, they can think, oh yeah, I heard like crunching leaves, and then they remember that so much better. So I just love this app. I'm just gonna fangirl the whole time.
I'm going to do a couple more pages. I'm not going to read the whole
Perfect.
thing, but this is just such a cute book.
It is.
Finally, the big day came, and Penelope Rex was very surprised to find out that all of her classmates were. You can hear the door opening. Children! So she ate them because children are delicious. And another neat thing you guys may have noticed is you can have conversations while using novel effects. So Amy and I are talking, you can manage student behavior, ask comprehension questions, and the app's going to wait for you. And you don't have to feel like you have to get through the whole book before you have conversations with the kids, which I didn't realize you could do until I started working here.
Oh yeah.
So, tips for everyone.
And it's nice too because I'll be honest, sometimes when we're reading with like the 3-year-olds, their attention kind of is not there the whole time during the book, so you can skip pages and it will pick up right where you left off. So like if I want to read the beginning, middle, and end, it's not going to be weird about it. Like it will just pick up where I'm reading, which is really
yeah, or you could skip to your favorite part. I love that feature though.
Yeah, it's so nice. Yeah, thanks for doing a demo. I love that. And I also love that you guys have so many ebooks now, because then you don't always have to have the print version of the book. Because you can show everybody. We go camping a lot as a family, and that's when my nephews like to read books with me. And so I'm not gonna bring a bunch of picture books, even though I have them sometimes, but I don't want them to get dirty. So we just pull up the ebook and it's right there. They can see the pages. And I love that. Yes. I just met Shannon. It was
really?
So much fun for me. I was like, I love your book. Like, hi, how are you? But yeah, she is so sweet. We love this one. Even my 3-year-old nephew who's never been to school loves reading this one. The pictures are so cute. It's so perfect for the first week of school.
It is. And I love that. So we worked with Shannon on this, which is how we got the ebook in the app. So it was really fun. It's fun having the authors on and working with them through the soundscape process. So she's been a friend of Novel Effect, and it's always fun getting new books in the app of hers because they're awesome.
Yeah, we were both fangirling at TPT Forward because that's where I met her. We were telling everyone, you need to get this app. It's the coolest thing ever. And all of the people in all the grade levels were like, I need this. So we love Novel Effect.
Yeah. Once you start using Novel Effect with your kids, you can't stop because every time you read a book, they're going to ask for it, which is awesome because they're asking to read.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to talk about my little nephew the whole time, but he calls them magic books, which is also what the kids in my class called them, because it does make reading so magical. And when I'm watching him, he will not read a book that it's not on Novel Effect. He's like, no, it's not a magic book. We're not doing that one. And then he goes and finds one, and we try all of his books to see if they work. It's super cute.
Well, we talked about maybe them being in a soundscape, too.
Yeah, they would love that. Yeah, I'm so excited about that.
It's another fun thing about working at Novel Effect, because we always need voices and voiceovers and silly noises. So I've had the opportunity to be in a couple books, and so I'll be at conferences reading, and I'm like, oh, that's me.
Oh, that's so fun. Yeah, I think I recorded some different sound bites for them. And that was so much fun. Anytime you guys need somebody, just send me a message.
Oh, okay. Well, writing you down.
We've got some comments, so I'll just jump back really quick and answer those. Does the app prompt the noises due to the words you say?
Yes, that's a great question. So the app is triggered by the words I'm reading in the book. So that's how we are able to have conversations, because obviously what we're saying is not in the book. So it's listening for those cues. So again, it's not like a soundtrack that you have to pace yourself. You can read at your own pace. It works with accents also. And the other cool thing is that you don't even have to read with 100% accuracy. so students can be successful when they are reading with novel effect too.
Which is so fun. I love to pull up my iPad during reading groups, and we would like read one of the ebooks. And the kids loved it because then they were making like those sounds happen, and it was so fun. Or even like with the littles, my little nephews, they love, their favorite right now is "Don't Take Your Dragon to the Library"
Oh,
because
that's
they
such a
repeat
cute
that
one.
so often in the book. And so I'll say like, okay, you guys say it this time, and they love that they make like the dragon roar and stuff. It's super cute.
Oh, I love
And
that.
then,
Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorites. Dragons Love Tacos is also hilarious. Like that
oh,
book's
I'll try
funny
that.
itself, but with the novel effect,
Oh,
it's way better.
that's so fun. We'll definitely have to try that one. I just need to go to the library after this and get all the books. Someone asked, are the books only in English? I teach in a dual language school, which is Spanish and English.
Yeah, so we have a growing Spanish library. Actually, we have Dragons Love Tacos in Spanish. I believe we have about 100 soundscapes that work with Spanish titles right now. We have a composer from Mexico, and so she kind of leads the charge on creating those Spanish soundscapes. So we're always adding more, and you know, we want the collection to grow larger. So definitely working towards that.
Awesome. Yeah, I've seen some of the Spanish books in there. They look super cute. Um, Mrs. Powell Teaches says every classroom needs this app, and I agree. And fourth grade teaching frenzy said just bought novel effects stickers for my picture books. Can't wait to label all of them. Do you want to talk about that? Because that
Yeah,
was so fun. I want to go take them to my library and just put them on all the books.
I thought about that.
Yeah.
So we have a couple different sticker designs. This one's my favorite because in the classroom, I, of course, love using novel effect, but it was always kind of confusing, like which books can I read with the app because they
Yeah.
have to be, the soundscapes have to be in the app. So I would put like just stickers on top of them, but that was like not the most efficient way. So we created these book stickers so that when they're on your shelf, you can see the Novel Effects logo and you can easily pull them out. And the back is neat because there's a QR code that opens the app.
Perfect. You
Yeah.
guys thought of everything.
Soon,
That will help. When
we're
they're like, here's
also,
the magic book, you can just look at the sticker.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm. Someone asked us to say what the name is again. It's novel effect.
Yeah.
So like novel, like a book, and then effect because you're making like sound effects.
I feel like I have something Novel Effect around here where I'm like, can hold it up.
I know. I
Don't see.
almost wore like my t-shirt tonight, and I was like, well, maybe that'll be
Yeah.
because I'm already like such a cheerleader for it. So Matt says, great for sharing with parents at home too. Yes, that's why like, yes, perfect novel effect. That's why I'm bringing up like my nephews too, because this isn't just for school. It helps so much create a love of reading for kids of any age. And I think you guys have Harry Potter, like the first chapter on there now too. Just so fun. My husband and I watched all the Harry Potter movies over the summer, and he's been playing the game. So we're going to have to read that, I think, and with the app, that would be so fun.
Yeah, that was a big project because the soundscape designers literally will go like line through line, word for word, adding the sound effects. So it was definitely a labor of love, and we're really proud of it. And we're getting a lot of requests to do more like first chapter series.
That'd be awesome.
So that's a fun idea that in the future we hope that we can do.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I've seen on Pinterest some people do like first chapter Fridays where they read the first chapter of a book. That would be perfect for that. And Harry Potter was like the perfect one to choose first because it's so magical.
Exactly.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to talk about in regards to like the demos? Do you want to show us some of your activities?
Yeah. I'd love to. So I kind of touched on how I transitioned from teaching, now working at Novel Effect as the content and curriculum specialist. And what that means is I make content and curriculum for us. So this is actually, I always say this, like my dream job in the classroom, I loved designing activities and crafts and seeing the kids do them. And I was like, I wish there was a job where I could just do that all day. And now that's what I do.
I too.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's
It's
what
so
you do
fun to
now
have that
too.
kind of job. Yes. It's like I just get to create all these fun things all day that are helping so many kids and teachers, and it's just the best.
Yeah, I love it. So I have a craft that goes along with this book. We don't eat our classmates. And this is just a sample. We have a ton of activities on the website that are actually included with a Novel Effects subscription. So if you use the promo code READ30, you get 30% off a full year, but you also get all of these free activities, which make lesson planning like non-existent because we do it for you.
Yes.
So
Nice because it's not just like a little page that keeps them busy for a few minutes. It's like it goes with the book. You're busy until recess time. It's so perfect. So everyone definitely needs to check that out.
thanks. Yeah, I try to make them differentiated for as many grade levels as I can. So usually like pre-K through 5th. So this is a fun, cutie little Penelope Rex craft I made. Yeah, I love this one. So I do a lot of like character crafts and then a little writing prompt underneath, which make really cute and low prep bulletin boards. Like you can have the kids make it and put it on your bulletin board. If you've read the book all the way through, you know that Walter is a ferocious goldfish. And he taught Penelope a little bit about treating others the way they'd like to be treated. So with little Walter the goldfish writing craft, some captioning activities. I always try to include some sequencing in there too. Character traits. So I worked really hard getting a bunch of back to school activities up for you guys so you can put them on your bulletin boards. Got one for Chrysanthemum. It's another favorite of
I love that one.
And then we were talking about this book too, Our Class is a Family. So lots of cutie little crafts.
And the thing that I love about your designs too is they're like so simple to understand because I know there's been times where like I try to hurry and grab something off of TPT and I'm like, I don't know how to use this.
Yeah.
But yours are like, okay, I can just take them and go. I don't have to like, there's minimal prep. The kids understand what they're supposed to do. It's amazing.
Yeah, I use just a lot of my obviously experience from the classroom and like you said, buying things off TPT and knowing what I liked and what I disliked, and then just making like my ideal resource for Novel Effect that I know that will be really easy for teachers to use and implement and free with a subscription.
Yeah,
Can't get
which is amazing because you get the fun of the app and then you get that takeaway activity too, which is so fun and they're adorable.
Yeah, lessons already done. You have a read aloud. It includes even discussion questions, writing prompts, and then print some activities off, and you've got like your ELA block. There you go.
And you're set, and the kids love it too. Like we did the Very Hungry Caterpillar. This is just one that sticks out because we did a couple, but they especially loved that one because they got to like draw a little caterpillar and
I remember you posting that one.
Yes, they had so much fun. They loved it so much that they were even like making little background scenes and like they wanted to stay in from recess because they wanted to go for little habitats for the caterpillar. It was so cute.
That's adorable. How have you been post-teaching life and now creator life?
Yeah, it's been super fun. My husband just joined the team, so he left his corporate job and now he's doing it with me. So we are just loving being home together with our cute new puppy. And it's so fun because now I have more of a chance to create because he's doing like the back end business stuff with like SEO and different things like that. He's been amazing, helping me so much. So it's so nice. Like I there are parts of the classroom that I miss, but I feel like this is the part, like you were saying, that brings me so much joy that it's like I get to just do my dream job all day long, and it's been the best. And you were so helpful in making that transition because it is not an easy one. And yeah, just knowing that like I'm not going to be able to do something that I love in the way that I thought that I would was a hard adjustment,
Yeah.
but now I just feel so much happier. I feel like the joy that I had for teaching, it kind of like the light went out for a little bit and now it's back and it's so much fun. So I'm loving it.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that.
Thank you. Yeah, is there anything you want to talk about anymore before we maybe go to questions? Maybe while you're maybe sharing a few final thoughts, we can see if anyone has any questions.
Yeah, we can go to questions.
Okay, I'm going to jump in this little question box.
And guys, feel free to ask any questions like about ed tech, post teaching, anything you're curious about. It doesn't have to be novel effect.
Yes, and someone asked if you can, so you have the books in Spanish, can you read them in Spanish as well? I'm guessing yes. I think they asked that before we opened it. Okay, perfect. Not a question, but I just think this is awesome. Thanks, cute friend. Matt says your activities are awesome. And what's the novel effect on Shark Tank? Maybe we can talk about that for a second. Yeah.
Yeah, so Novel Effect was on Shark Tank. Funny story. One time I was just cooking in my kitchen and the TV in my living room was on and I like Shark Tank, so I guess I turned it on. And then like Matt and Melissa, the founders, I just heard their voices and I was like, what? And yeah, they were on my TV on Shark Tank and it was hilarious. I was like, oh my gosh.
So this was after you had joined. Oh, that's so funny.
But yeah, it's funny going and watching them on Shark Tank, especially knowing kind of like the back end of it. So they had mentioned like there's so much prep that goes into it. They weren't allowed to show like a popular book or an already published book because they don't have the rights for it. So they had to write their own book for it and then make a soundscape for that. So I thought that was interesting. And they said the whole process of filming, actually going in front of the sharks, was so much longer than you see on TV.
Oh, really?
I feel like I think it was like they said like 2 hours or something.
What?
Yeah, and I'm just giving you guys the inside scoop. And
Yeah.
not all of the participants are shown on TV, so you could go in front of the shark, but your segment may not be filmed.
Oh, interesting.
Or not, maybe not filmed, but not like broadcasted on the show. So yeah, I thought that was interesting.
That is interesting, and that just reminded me like behind the scenes things. And you had, I'm blanking on his name now. Oh, Peter H. Reynolds. He did like a Zoom call with Novel Effect, right? And like read one of his newer books. I loved that. That's so fun that the authors get to come do things like that happen very often.
Yeah, so that's another part I love is meeting some of the authors. For example, Adam Wallace, we're working with him. He does the How to Catch A series.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, and my kids loved those books, and so we were on a call together, and I was like, I just have to tell you, I'm like feel like a little starstruck because my kids love these books. I love these books, and he was like, that's so good to hear because he said he doesn't get a lot of feedback, you know, directly from educators. Like you put something out in the world, and then you don't necessarily get that direct feedback. So if you love those books, maybe you want to give him a shout out.
Yeah, that's
he really
cool.
appreciated that.
Yeah, I just read How to Catch a Class Pet. I think it was like an exclusive at Target, and I walked by and I was like, that goes immediately in the cart because those are so cute. And the Class Pet one was just adorable.
Yeah, love those. The How to Catch a Witch. I'm the witch in that one.
Really? I'm gonna have to read that one now.
And then Miss Nelson is Missing is like one of my favorite books from when I was a kid. And I'm Miss Viola Swamp in that soundscape.
Aww.
And I had to bring out my like witchy voice, and it was kind of awkward to like record, but I love that I did it. It was so
That's so fun. Now everybody has to go listen to that one. Need to hear the witchy voice. That's so fun. Yeah, recording was super fun, and I think I just did it because people think that because like I have an Instagram account, like I'm down to record in public and stuff, but I am just am not. Like I just batched some videos with my husband he was just in the room last week, and he had his like back to me, and that was the first time anyone's ever been in the room with me recording. So I think I was like doing the soundscapes while he was gone, like grocery shopping or something. And it's like I'm not that person. But then you can do the witchy voice because no one's listening.
I remember when Reels started becoming a thing and I would do voiceovers, I would be like so embarrassed. This sounds so weird. I'd be so embarrassed if like my husband was in the room and I'm like doing my voiceover, and like now I'm used to it. But it's funny because yeah, people think if you have a platform, you're like really comfortable presenting, and like even I've never done a live before either. So this is so also my first time doing this. Yeah. But yeah, just because you post videos does not mean you are comfortable.
No. Especially like lives are tricky too because there's no edit button. So like I'm always just going off on tangents and things. Yeah, and like at TPT Forward, there was a group of us who were like going to shoot a video, and I felt like I was so awkward, and we had to keep doing retakes. And my husband did it because he hears the background of the filming and everything. He's like, "Well, take one," and then he just did it again because he knows that there's like a lot that goes into those little 7-second videos. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I like am constantly redoing my VO. I'm like, oh, that doesn't sound right. I gotta re-record.
Like, oh, I didn't mean to like say it like that, and the whole thing's gone because I don't want to mess up the timing of the music and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah. Someone just joined and said, "I'm a future teacher. Can someone explain what this is about?" So maybe just in a nutshell, and if there's any other things that you want to talk about, and then we can start wrapping up and start doing those giveaways and reminding about the discount code, things like that.
Awesome. Hi, thank you for joining. We are talking about Novel Effect, which is one of our favorite apps when we were in the classroom. And I did a demo earlier. Will this be posted anywhere?
Yeah, I'll post it, and I will also tag you. You can either like just share it to your story or add it to your feed. You can choose, but yes, we will be serving it.
Okay, awesome. So you can view that demo to see it in action, but Novel Effect is an app that as you read aloud your favorite picture books, it adds music, sound effects, and character voices in the background, making it a super engaging and magical experience. We were talking that it's fun not only for the kids, but for the teachers as well. It supports comprehension, vocabulary skills. It's great for reluctant readers. So your kids will beg you to use it after you use it once. So
it's true.
Just warning you.
And it will forever be called Magic Books. Like I've seen that all over TikTok. Every time I see our teacher friends reading from a book, they're like, "Now this is a magic book."
Yeah.
That's what everybody calls it. It's so fun.
Yeah. So just to recap, again, we have a 30% off code for viewers of this for Novel Effect. You get 1 year of unlimited reads, unlimited book activities, printables, lesson plans. The price is usually $3.99 or $39.99. I'm sorry, so about $40 a year. But we have a 30% off discount code that is READ, READ 30, and you get 30% off for the whole year. And one lucky winner will get a subscription for free. All you have to do is after this live, post your favorite back to school read aloud on your story and use the hashtag Novel Effect. I'll show my iPad again. Hashtag Novel Effect.
And just to clarify, it doesn't have to be a book that's already in the app, right? It's just any back to school book. And if someone doesn't have Novel Effects yet and they're trying to get that subscription, anyone can post, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely, anyone. So even if you have a subscription and you're like, well, mine doesn't renew for another 6 months, we can send you a kind of like a gift card or a gift certificate that once your subscription ends, you can use that and renew for the following year. So definitely enter, even if you have novel effect, if you don't have novel effect, if you haven't tried it out, definitely.
No matter who you are, you're going to love it, and you should definitely do that. It's so easy to enter too. That's awesome. Okay, perfect. I am going to save this, and I was just making sure everything was good on that end, so I can just post it now that we're all wrapped up, and I'll post all those details about the giveaway and the discount code. Thank you so much for being here, Catherine. It's been so fun to chat with you.
We have to do it again.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, lives have become like my new favorite thing, and it's so much more fun to do it with friends. And I just adore you. And if you haven't followed Catherine yet, make sure you go do that. She is the best and shares the best tips.
Aw, you're so sweet. I'm so glad I did this. It's making me a little bit more comfortable with lives and love chatting with you always. So thank you for having me.
Thanks. Have a great rest of your night. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.